10 degrees. So
It is.
it feels horrific.
10 degrees in Australia, folks. Hello and welcome to the Gamer Social Club Party Chat, episode 50. Today, we are going to be diving in if co-op is just a fad or is it the answer? All right? So, I am joined by none other than the horriest whore for horror, Fraser. Fraser, what's up, man?
Mate, I was just whinging about how cold it was. It's not even cold. I'm just being ridiculous. But it's been getting warmer, and we had the beginning of the week. I was busting my shorts out and showing off my beautiful legs, and but today's bloody freezing, and so I'm upset because I want the heat. Bring it on. As you know, listening to the girl pod a couple of weeks ago, and they're complaining about how hot it is. I'll swap you any day of the week.
I'm actually totally down for the cold weather. I was literally just talking about this before we went live, that I'm excited for the winter weather because I love dressing up and getting the jackets, pulling out all the long sleeves and the jeans and stuff. I feel a lot more stylish throughout winter, but I don't feel that way so much through summer. But yeah, no, you can.
See, I'm the opposite.
I just feel like you can always put on more layers. But you can't. You can only take off so much, you know.
You can only take off so much until it becomes like inappropriate, right?
You're arrested.
I think that's the So yeah, dude, I've spent way too much money on tattoos to cover them up. So like, I just want all my tattoos out all the time.
That's a good one.
Because then, hey, the boys are here.
The boys are here.
The boys are in the house.
We got Russell.
Sorry, I'm just speaking shit over here. I'm trying to get my life sorted. All right,
You get your life
Nathan
sorted,
and
I'll run the intro or whatever. This is the Gamer Social Club. It is a place where gamers from all around the world come and share their love for video games together in a positive environment. Our goal is to give gamers a platform to share their experiences, to add to the conversation in the games industry, to give more gamers a sense of community, and bring a little more happiness into your life. The Gamer Social Club is built upon 3 pillars. One being that we are all just gamers. Alright, we ain't journalists, we ain't professionals, we don't know what the hell we're doing. So you know, whatever we say, it's just coming straight from a source of, we just game, you know, ain't nobody paying us.
It's game.
Second pillar being that we finish all of our reviews. We make sure to roll credits, we make sure to experience every facet of the game as much as possible. The third pillar is that we keep your news filter free from the rumors. Don't expect to be hearing all that news about Grand Theft Auto 6 is going to shadow drop tomorrow. You ain't going to get that here. But if you hear us say Grand Theft Auto 6 is coming out tomorrow, you know you can trust it, okay? So, we got the Gamers Social Club.
The truth.
So the Gamers Social Club started out as a book club for gamers, and it is still going strong. Join us in the Discord because we are bringing back the OG book club. All right, we are going back to the small indies. Fraser put together a list of different titles, and the voting just rounded off today. Fraser, you want to drop what that is?
So this month, or the Gamer Social Club Game of the Month of September, we're going to be playing a little cozy horror game called Gloomy Eyes. Now, it's funny that we're talking about co-op today because Gloomy Eyes is self-described as a self co-op. So you are playing as two characters at the same time.
Okay.
It looks super cute. There currently is a demo on Steam. So if you're on the fence about it, jump onto Steam and have a bit of a look at the demo. So the original idea behind the Game of the Month, or the Gamer Social Club Game of the Month, was for us to kind of shed some light on a little bit more obscure games that kind of aren't getting recognition, but ones that we like the look of. And the original idea was they needed to be accessible to everyone. So not just PlayStation, not just Xbox, not just PC. Kind of, they needed to be available everywhere. Unfortunately, we did have to kind of make a little bit of a line in the sand where if it's on Nintendo, great, but that's not part of the kind of the prerequisites of it, because that just spread us so thin. I was looking through some games, like there's nothing that's on everything.
Yeah,
it's wild. And then the last little bit is it shouldn't cost the earth. So we've kind of put together a little bit of a list of games that are around $20 to $30, hopefully, because they are new. A lot of them don't have prices attached to them yet, so it was just a bit of a guessing game. But Harry, our beautiful Harry, he's already played Gloomy Eyes, and he reckons it's top notch. So
good.
Wrapped. So we're going to be playing through that. So explore an eerie yet charming Tim Burton-esque game where the dead have risen and they kind of just live alone by themselves out of the city, and the living live in the city. And it's kind of like a little bit of a story of a dead person and an alive person kind of, I don't know, becoming friends and solving puzzles together. So it should be super cute. I'm excited about it.
It looks awesome.
It comes out on the 12th of September, so make sure you hit that up. But while we're waiting, I reckon Bad Cheese comes out, I believe, tomorrow. Have you seen anything about Bad Cheese?
I haven't seen anything.
So it looks super creepy and super disgusting. You are a mouse, and it kind of, the art style reminds me a little bit of like Ren and Stimpy. Like, you know, it's just grotty.
Yeah.
And so it's first person, and you see the little mouse's arms, and you have to make sure that you don't upset your dad while your mum's away.
Okay.
Whatever that means. I don't know. But again, so that comes out tomorrow.
Okay.
Or maybe the next day. I don't think it's going to be very long.
Yeah.
So yeah, we can check
Probably
that
just
out while we're waiting.
hours. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
I
Cheese and Gloomy Eyes. Hey, Steve. Bad Cheese.
I am really excited for Gloomy Eyes. I remember seeing it on demo disc, and the first thought was, oh, this looks like a hairy-ass game. So yep. I'm not surprised that Harry's already played it. Yeah, no, it looks like a lot of fun. I'm really excited for that. And you've gauged my interest. You've caught my interest with the Bad Cheese one. I don't know if I'll get into it. But yeah,
there's a demo on Steam.
Okay. So I can definitely at least
jump
try
into
it.
that.
Okay.
Yeah, have a look. It's weird. It's real weird.
Yeah. Well, okay, with that rounding out our intro, dude, what have you been up to? What have you been playing?
Dude, I've so it was my birthday on Monday.
Oh, happy birthday!
Thank you. I turned 40. So
nice.
I can feel a midlife crisis coming on. I can smell it. And I was saying to Mon, I was like, can we afford a sports card? She's like, absolutely not. I was like, well, what can I midlife crisis on? Like, what can I do? So I'm currently in the the ideas phase of my midlife crisis. Feeling good about it. I'm feeling good.
I'm gonna help you with that.
Thanks, man. Thank you. But Moni being the absolute sweetheart that she is, she doesn't like, just to be brutally honest, she doesn't care about any of this gaming stuff.
Yeah.
She'll entertain it, and she'll play some zombies with me, and she might play some of her phone games and stuff, but she's got zero interest in it.
Yeah.
And obviously, me being me, I'm always talking about it.
Mm-hmm.
So she knew that there's some sort of new Xbox coming out from all of the talking that I've been doing. That's in her mind. She's like, oh, there's a new Xbox coming out. So she spent the week running around trying to find what this new Xbox was so she could buy it for me. What a sweetheart, right?
Oh, that's so awesome.
Yeah, and so she gave me a little card, and she's like, I wanted to buy the new Xbox, but there isn't one.
Yeah.
And I was like, what are you talking about? And she's like, oh, I went to a couple of stores to like ask about this new Xbox, and they were like, we don't know what you're talking about.
Oh my gosh.
So
yeah, it
she
took
said,
me a second. I was like, oh, the Xbox handheld.
Yeah, and so she's like, when it comes out, I'll buy it for you. So that's your birthday present. So I've got one of those coming. So that's pretty exciting.
That is awesome.
Yeah. Yeah. So I'm pretty chuffed about that. I've been on the fence about it because, like, as we've talked about through this whole podcast, I've held off buying a handheld just because I'm very I'm older, right? And so back in the day, you buy a laptop, it lasts for a year, and then it's done. Where nowadays, you buy technology and it does last a lot longer. And so my whole reservation about it has been, if I buy one, how quickly is it going to become obsolete?
Yeah.
And so I've kind of, again, I've had to stop thinking like that and just be like, just do it. I'm missing out on all this fun.
Yeah.
I'm just going to do it.
Well, and because you know what? Like, I've had that same thing of like, man, I just got the fucking Asus ROG last year for Christmas, and I feel like I'm like, oh man, like I've already missed out. But I kind of quickly got out of that mindset just because I'm like, no, I've got it. It's fulfilling my needs. It's going to continue to fulfill my needs as far as like what I want from it, what I'm expecting from it. It's not necessarily like outdated or outused. I mean, it still works, so I'm still going to continue using it for the purposes that I was using it for. And so you're absolutely right.
That's
like
exactly right.
Technology has definitely changed from like, oh, it's completely outdated and you can't use it. I mean, I'm pretty sure, Russell, if you're still here in the chat, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think Russell's still using like 2070 or 2060. I think that's what he said on the Girl Pod, which is like 2 generations old. Like, so I mean, and that's still running Unreal Engine 5 games, so barely.
My folks were, when COVID happened in New Zealand, they bought out like the QR codes, and you had to scan where, like, into the shops that you were going into, and so their phones were so old that they couldn't fucking download the app to scan in, and so Mum was like, she was real pissed. She was like, ugh, again, and because she's old and it takes her so long to kind of like figure out new technology, she's like, oh, they're just phasing us out. They just want us to die. And I was like, they don't. But like, just buy a new phone.
Oh, yeah.
So I gave her my old phone, and she figured that out. And now she loves it. She like takes photos of stuff and sends it to me, and then she'll ring me and she's like, I've accidentally signed out of this thing. Can you help me sign back in? And so I've got a little book here in Melbourne with all of her logins, so I can just help her like log back in if she like logs out.
Oh my gosh, that's so sweet.
Days.
I love that.
She's a sweetheart. But yeah, so I'm going to be getting that when that comes out, so that's pretty exciting. But I've been playing Alien Fireteam Elite.
Yep.
I hate to admit defeat, dude, but it's beaten me.
Has it really?
I've got to a point where I'm max level. I can't increase anything more. and I'm on the second to last level of the second to hardest difficulty, and I just can't do it.
Second to
And
hardest
so
difficulty?
yeah, so there's still one
Damn.
more above it,
Oh my
and
gosh.
so I think and it's weird because it's not particularly old, and
Yeah.
because it's just gone onto Game Pass, I was thinking I could at least join up with some randos to like
Yeah.
try and run through it, and there's just no one playing it.
Yeah.
Um, and like we've had a few games in the Gamer Social Club, but I think what we're going to talk about today with the co-op, like it's just so hard to get together with people, especially now that we're all a bit older. We've got kids, we've got jobs. Like I'm in the future. Like it just is. It's so difficult to do. So sure, we all started together, but I think we've kind of all dropped off it, to be honest, which kind of sucks. So
Yeah.
that's been me.
Well,
That
I mean, the games are
and
just coming out
Helldivers.
so fast, like, and all these
Yeah.
new updates, and so then it's like, if you miss the train, like, you might as well just forget about it. Because I mean, I've got Anthem installed, I've got, I've got, I need to download Killing Floor 2, but I've got all these things downloaded. I got Alien Fireteam Elite, but by the time I haven't even booted it up yet, and it seems like everybody's already moved on. So I'm like, damn, that sucks.
Damn. Yeah. I will 100% like because it's on Game Pass. I'll just cloud game it because Australian I like it's a cloud gaming in Australia is phenomenal.
Yeah.
I get a few dropped frames, but not enough to really make any issue.
Right.
I don't think I would like play Call of Duty or anything like that on it.
I've
but,
tried.
Like
Doesn't
anything
work.
that's kind of just yeah. So yeah.
So
So that's me.
Steve said you're the machine when it comes to achievements. But yeah, I honestly, dude, I feel like that's the thing that Killing Floor missed. Like, I think I've had a hard time putting it into words as exactly like what I was missing, like the end game, like the end game content that was lacking in it. And I think it is that because Alien Fire, like as soon as you're describing where you're stuck at, I understand that what you mean is you need a dedicated team of 4 people who are completely maxed out just as much as you are, and now it's down to your tactics and ability as a team to work together to get through this. And then there's even a higher difficulty for you guys to tackle. Like, you know, that's I that's the challenge that I look for. Or I'm just like, oh, I can't wait to get to level 30 on Killing Floor 3 because then I'll be capable of tackling that with you and everybody else in the Gamer Social Club or whatever. I don't feel the need to do that because it's like I'm already running the hardest difficulty doing this. I was able to run the weekly mutations back when I was level 15. So it just, I think that's what it was missing. But I do love to hear that about Alien Fireteam, that they have that for you.
What's annoying about it is that it's not hard.
Yeah.
The problem is fighting the aliens is easy. Now that I'm such a high level. But when you have to fight the synthetics, the way that they move and it's like a completely different game. And you kit out depending on what you're fighting. So if you're fighting aliens, you bring the fucking flamethrowers. If you're fighting synths, you bring the big smart guns and stuff. But this particular level, you actually fight both. And so you hit out for one, and then you get annihilated for the other. So that's the thing, is I need someone to kit out the opposite as me. So when we do get to the synths, we can actually fight them. As opposed, and then so like when I load up, like cool, I'll go to the synths and I'll be able to take on the synths, but I can't fight the aliens. And then you just like so.
Yeah, I mean,
and then I've just been playing Helldivers. That's it.
Hell
I am.
yeah.
hooked. Hooked. Yeah.
Is it just
Yeah.
an entirely different experience on Xbox now?
Do you know what? It sounds so silly, but and this take with this what you take from it. I don't care. I am finding it so much easier
Xbox
on Xbox than I did on PlayStation. On PlayStation, I struggled. Steve, like I played with Steve quite a bit, and and we would run through it, and it'd get to the end of the mission, and I'd barely fucking make it. Now on PlayStation, sorry, on Xbox, I'm doing well, and I'm progressing, and I'm having loads of fun with it. I don't know if it's just my dumb mindset of like because I don't have a preference of console. I just play whatever. But I think I have a preference of the controller.
That's what I was
and I
going to
think
say.
that's what's making it easier for me is like the triggers feel better. The thumbsticks feel better. I've got fucking stick drift on my Elite controller. God damn it.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Ugh.
I noticed that on Alien Fireteam Elite because to select menus, you have to like scroll the little icon over the menu, and I'd go to scroll it, and I'd go to hit A, and it fucking just moves by itself.
Dude,
So I'm gonna have to figure out what I'm gonna do with that.
Mine's been acting up too,
Yep.
so hopefully the stream goes well.
So annoying. So annoying.
Gosh, I hate that.
Yeah.
It's just the best ergonomic controller out there. As far as what I've been up to, I haven't yet gotten into Helldivers this week. So whenever we boot it up, I'm gonna like have to redeem the new ODST pass or whatever. I did jump into Shinobi this morning. I got a little.
Ooh.
I played like the first section or like the first level essentially. Beat the first boss. It is something special. Take what I say about this game with, I don't want to say with a grain of salt, because I mean I still have an opinion and it's still valid, but my issue with my viewpoint is that I don't play very many 2D games. You know what I mean? So it feels like I don't have much to compare it to. So I feel like if I give it high praise, it's not like as valid because it's like I don't even have a thing to compare it to. But so I can tell, I guess when I jump into a 2D game, I expect X, Y. Those are your buttons, and you punch and you jump and you punch and you jump, and that's a 2D game. That is not this game. It is very intricate, and already just after playing one level, you just are going to be unlocking so many abilities, like badass abilities, and things that kind of extend your gameplay. And the thing I would compare it to is it definitely does feel a little more like Mario Smash-esque, like in this kind of vibe of you can jump, drop down, kick, and I feel like it's clicking in my head the way I interact with Smash Brothers, if that makes sense.
I don't know Smash Brothers very well.
Okay.
So I don't know what you're talking about.
Okay.
But I have heard multiple people talk about this game and how good it is.
It is,
and so
it is special because I think the thing that kind of clicked for me that I'm like, oh no, this is special, is you can press RB to roll, right? Well, when you press RB to roll, you can also like press X at the same time and like chain an attack and like essentially like slide through them, cutting enemies. So whenever there's like a group of enemies, I'm just RBX, 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 and I'm like ninja shifting through all these guys. Yeah, it's actually really sick. And you feel really good about yourself. You feel skilled in doing that because you're not just simply pressing a button. Because if you do just press a button and stand there, you will die. You will get hit with shurikens. You will get your combo messed up. And that's the other thing that stood out to me right off the get-go. Combos don't get timed. So if I get into an interaction with 5 dudes and I don't take a hit, then I hit my combo up to 30. I can like put the controller down, go use the bathroom, come back, move on to the next interaction, and start swinging away and hit combo 70.
Wow.
It makes it
Okay.
very
That's
easy
different.
yeah, it is different,
Yeah.
and it makes it a lot easier. I already hit a 100 combo just because there's also like dudes that will heal other dudes. So I was like, let's see how high I can get my combo. So I just sat there wailing away on this dude who was like constantly getting healed. Um, but yes, that is what I'm going to be getting into this weekend. I'm really excited, having a lot of
Amazing.
fun.
Yeah.
Quick GameFly update. I got a game shipped out. Metal Gear
Yes.
Solid is on its way to my house,
Yes.
so I'm very excited for that.
That's cool.
I know. So I once I'm done with Shinobi, I'll hop into that and play that while I'm waiting for Borderlands 4 to come out, which I'm very excited for.
Yep.
Outside of that, as far as like what I've been up to, it's mainly just been like catching up with house stuff, like all the stuff I fell behind on from like week at Gamescom. Not that I went to Gamescom, but just like the coverage of that. Like I was like had to get caught up on laundry, things like that around the house. Yeah, Megan's looking for a job, and that there's lots of stuff going on at the house. But the biggest thing of all, and I'm going to talk about it because I'm excited, all right? And I told you I was going to help you with this midlife crisis, all right?
Oh no, here we go. Yeah.
It's kind of
I'm ready.
It's kind
Bring
of
it. Bring it on.
It's kind of crazy that you were saying you needed a thing. And I was like, you just wait until I go on the podcast this weekend cuz I've got codes. I got codes for you that you are more than welcome to have. So
Okay.
there's this little game called Magic the Gathering. And I started playing it last weekend.
No shit.
Yep. And I have ascended to the highest tier of nerddom. All right.
I'm so excited.
I downloaded Magic the Gathering. Like I was kind of on the fence about like whether or not to talk about it on a gaming podcast. But here's the thing. I've been playing MTG Arena. This is a free game.
Yep.
You can download it on Steam. You can download it on your phone. It is really great. Like it's a lot of fun. I've dived into a handful of matches throughout my week this week, and it is just, if you don't know anything about Magic, it is such a great way to learn, because I'm at the point now where I understand the basics, but I do not understand how the cards interact with each other because they're very complex. There's a lot of different strategies, lots of different ways that cards can play off of each other and build up and do these wild things, right? So using the phone game or like the Steam game, it will stop you and be like, wait, do you want to use this card's ability before you move on to this? Or wait, like you can use your counter card at this moment right now. Do you want to pass and save it, or do you want to go ahead and use your counter card now? So I have the Final Fantasy decks, the starter decks. I've got the Lord of the Rings starter decks, and I've had the Lord of the Rings starter decks since they came out. And when I got the Final Fantasy ones, I was at GameStop. I'm like, oh, I know these are hard to find. I redeemed all my GameStop points and picked them up. And so Saturday night, had some family over, and he knew how to play Magic. So I was like, you should teach me.
No shit.
Yeah. I was like, you should teach me. So we all sat down, and here's the thing that blew my mind. And I know this, I'm brand new, so this blew my mind. Anybody playing Magic is probably rolling their eyes right now. You can play with 4 to 6 people at the same time. Like, everybody at the table is just, like, intertwined. It doesn't need to be 1v1v1. It's, like, we're all 4, like, playing together, and I'm choosing to attack the person adjacent to me. So, or you can, like, team up. And that's what we ended up doing, because I was kind of, like, helping Megan, and he was helping my sister. So, we were having a lot of fun. Got halfway through, and my poor wife, she tripped and smacked the table, and about 4 drinks flew up into the air along with all of the cards. And we spent the rest of the evening trying to clean off all the coffee off of the cards. So Yeah.
So what you're saying is that you are now a solo dad.
Yeah, I am now a solo dad. I felt so bad for her though, because like at first I was
imagine.
like really upset about it, and I was trying not to be mad because I mean it was an accident, but you know, she got bruised up real good, so I felt really bad for her. And
poor thing.
She felt really horrible, but yeah, at the time I was like, damn. So yeah, like this is like half of the Sephiroth deck. I don't know if you're watching this on video, you can kind of see like that's just 50% of a deck, so it's. They're pretty roughed up. So anyways,
no.
I've been getting into it. It's a lot of fun. The gist of it, and you know, just to kind of give you the 5-second sell point on how Magic works, is you've got different colors of abilities, right? You've got blue, which is more of a kind of on the defense side. Kind of syncs well if you've got a defensive strategy. Red, which is more offensive. You've got black, which is death, which kind of surrounds around bringing up like a lot of spawn skeletons, yada yada yada, sacrificing them, causing direct damage to the person's life points, and or like that giving like you life points. Yep. Then they've got white, which is more healing yourself and bringing up your own life. Then there's green, which is more about building up, ramping. I learned all about ramping this week. That's basically like ramping up your abilities. Green typically mixes well with blue because blue defends yourself while you're building up the points to be able to afford the mega monsters that green can provide. And then I feel like I'm forgetting a color, but maybe I'm not. But yeah, so my brother-in-law hooked me up with a Final Fantasy Commander deck. All right, it's a Final Fantasy.
What a legend!
Yep. It's got the Commander decks are a totally different game. It's like a different game mode. You pull out your Commander card. You always have access to them. There's 100 cards in the deck. You have twice as much life. It's more for like a long extended version of the game, but it is a green and blue. So to kind of give you an idea of how all these things work, is like. This thing's going to protect my green, and once I'm able to afford my green, I'm going to be doing crazy, massive damage. And I like looked up YouTube videos. I'm like, how do you use this deck? And it's very like, well, once you get to a certain point and you pull these certain cards, here's how they play together, and you'll essentially be causing infinite damage with one card, and then you just kind of win the game at that point. But getting there is boring as hell because you're basically just trying to protect yourself and keep yourself alive until you can do that. So very crazy. I've been learning so much, and I'm really excited to keep getting in depth with it. But that's the thing that I have a code for is when you buy these beginner decks, they give you 2 codes to those decks to use in the MTG arena. So I've been using the Final Fantasy decks in the MTG arena. So if you want to dabble, see if it's for you or see if it's what you want, I'll DM you the codes. So you can try it out, see what you like. But yeah,
sounds groovy.
The Sephiroth deck. Oh man, I've been loving it. Like that's one where it's like mixture of blue and black. So like I'm defending myself and like constantly draining the opponent's direct life instead of like attacking that person. So I'm going to shut up or else I will stop.
I had some friends who played Magic back at school.
Yeah.
They were really into it. And they were the ones that got me into Warhammer 40,000.
Yeah.
And then, again, all of these things, they just cost so much money, dude.
Oh, it's bad.
I don't have, like, I already spend too much money on video games. Now spending more money on another hobby, I think, that'll be enough.
Yep. Oh, no, trust me. Like, as I've already got, like, these carts of saved for later. Like, I'm just like, can't afford that right now.
When you buy them, it's random, right? You just buy a pack and it's just got random cards in it.
Booster packs, yes. Booster packs, yes.
Okay.
Now, the thing that I like about this over Pokemon so far is the fact that when I buy a booster pack, those cards are valuable for what they can do. not just like the rarity. So you can pull a card that looks absolutely boring as hell, but then you look it up online and it's worth like $100 just because of its ability. So that is the one nice thing about getting the boosters with Magic. But however, like things like this commander deck, you know exactly what you're getting. And now that I've got these starter decks, I'm like looking up videos and looking up strategies and ways to build off of it and make it better. Then I just go to tcgplayer.com. This is not an advertisement. And then and then just buy single cards from there.
So people that have just opened packs and split them up and selling them as
Also, the last thing I will say to ruin your life is that there are Space Marine cards. They did a crossover with Space Marine. And I was
of course they did. Oh, I think I've seen Assassin's Creed cards as well.
Yep, there's an Assassin's Creed crossover. They're about to do Spider-Man. They did Final Fantasy. I would love to do the Assassin's Creed cards because I guess that was a very short run. So it was like, if you buy one booster box, you're more than likely going to get the majority of the cards in that set. So I would actually really like to do that at some point. Be a good Christmas gift. Yeah. But so I'll shut up about Magic, but yes, I'll
what
keep
a fun
you updated on
no,
the
that's
journey.
cool, man. I love it.
So with that being said, let's get into our main topic. The main topic of today's show is co-op games. I've been wanting to talk about this for some time just because, you know, Helldivers, and here's the thing. You notice in the industry how there are fads, right? We're going to do hero shooters now. We're going to do looter shooters. We're going to do extraction shooters. There's always these one things that the industry seems to gravitate towards. This is what we're going to make. And everybody wants to get in on that mountain of treasure because the one game's popping off. And so you kind of notice, like, ever since Helldivers 2, you're noticing this shift in the industry where a lot of big games, big titles, are now shifting to co-op experiences. Co-op's always been around. It's not necessarily a new thing, of course. We all know this. But there's now more of a focus on it. And especially, it is very odd and that Call of Duty is now making that the focus of their next title. They are really centering in on the fact that there is co-op in their campaign. Now, the reason this is so unique, and to those of you who do not know, back in the day, they just completely took out the campaign altogether because not enough people were playing it. I remember looking at the stats. I think this was around somewhere in the 2012 or 2014, somewhere in this time period, they started releasing numbers of how many people were playing the campaign at all, how many people were even playing this, that, or the other thing. And of course, yes, Zombies always been a big hit, but as far as campaign and the shooting PvE, it's not really been a huge thing. To the point where they just completely took it out of the game. Black Ops 4, I believe, was the one that did not feature any campaign at all. They was solely multiplayer. And so that adds a lot of weight and understanding to, like, well, not understanding, it adds a lot of weight to look at today and be like, strange that they're really focusing on this. Do they look at the market and they see games like Helldivers 2, games like Among Us, games like, see these things popping off and they're like, this is the direction that we need to, you know, really push on because Battlefield 6 is currently pushing multiplayer. So you've got all these things going on at once, right? So what I want to dive in with you, Fraser, is how much of this is like, oh, it's just going to be an industry. It's going to be an industry. Fuck, I can't talk. It's just going to be an industry trend. And this is going to be something where it's like, oh, we see a lot of co-op focused things for a little while. Or is this the fact that we are now tapping into the realization that, no, co-op games have always been something people are hungry for. It's something that we've always wanted more of. We haven't really quite gotten enough. Hell, I'm going to throw this out. I don't want to like make it a long-winded like, or this, or that, or is it this, or maybe that. the other thing I want to throw out there is something I've been thinking about is my our age, right? We're talking about, you just turned 40, right? And we're talking about back when multiplayer gaming came in on the scene. The idea and what made online gaming so cool was like the idea of, oh, now I can play against my friend at any time. Now I can take my skills and challenge them up against random people. And this idea just blew up. I mean, absolutely wild to even comprehend that you could do that. So I think it's like that initial discovery of, multiplayer gaming, and that worked. And maybe we just hadn't had the right co-op games available to us. Yes, we had Halo, and Halo definitely popped off. People really care about split screen. People really care about that experience. But, has that many games truly given it a good try? I know, there's a lot of games I'm not thinking of right off the top of my bat. I'm thinking of some like no-name games people have never heard of. But, was that because co-op didn't hit right back then? Or, do you know what am I making sense? Or am I just rambling?
Yep, you are.
Okay. So
you're making sense.
With all that said, like, I want to get to the root of this. I want to dissect this. And so let's start out with, Fraser, when you think of co-op, what's the first game that comes to your mind?
So I think, for me, if you say co-op, straight off the rip, it's got to be Halo 3.
Okay.
That was like my first real kind of experience into co-op. But then if you dive a little bit deeper, like Gears of War Horde mode, the original Modern Warfare 2, those spec op side, those like little side missions, those the Xbox 360, like we've talked about a million times before, that was my introduction to gaming. And so that era of games is where I see my co-op stuff.
Yeah. We've got it seems like everybody watching is kind of with you on that, because we got Matt in the chat saying co-op games have always been his absolute favorite. People hate Resident Evil 5, but those of us who played through the entire game co-op have a huge soft spot for that game. And then Steve's right. Resident Evil 5, the co-op was it was awesome. That was a lot of fun, and I did dive into that game in co-op.
I live in my share house that I lived in. A bunch of us jumped on Resident Evil 5.
Yeah.
And it was not a great game, but it was so much fun. Like, it was so much fun. And anything that had co-op was huge in our share house. Huge. Oh, sorry, carry on.
Oh, I was just going to say, Matt also brought up Castle Crashers. And, dude, I actually know people today still playing Castle Crashers. I, went over to a friend of mine's house, a couple months back, and he's like, dude, you want to play Castle Crashers? I was like, what? It's crazy.
It's a blast from the past, isn't it? Wow.
Yeah. But it is something about that era, though. And, again, that's kind of why I bring up the whole entire, how much of this is our age and how much of this is actual industry shifts. So because when I think co-op, I think of Army of Two. You ever play Army of Two?
Yep. So yes, but I never played it co-op.
Oh man, that sucks.
I know. So I've played, I don't think I've played all three of them. I think I only played the first two.
Okay.
And again, growing up in New Zealand, we had the internet, but it was very expensive.
Yeah.
And so I know that it was split screen. You could play it split screen, but it just never happened for me. I did play through Mercenaries. I think it was Mercenaries 2. That was had
Mercenaries 2.
Had co-op.
That was a good one. Yeah.
Yeah.
I forgot about that having
and
co-op.
so yeah, and then the games that were single player experiences, they started to bring in co-op. Dead Space, the Dead Space co-op,
Oh yeah, Dead Space 3.
like
Yep.
amazing, amazing. Splinter Cell, not Splinter Cell, sorry. No, it was Splinter Cell.
Yes.
That had co-op.
Yes, that was
It
actually.
wasn't. It, sorry, carry on.
Oh no, I was just gonna say, yeah, that's a great shout out. I forgot about that one because that one is very like you've got to work with your teammates, you've got to like line up shots, and man, freaking Ghost Recon, dude. I feel like I've talked about that so much, but Ghost Recon, I wish they would fucking bring it back so bad. I'm talking about Future Soldier Ghost Recon, where you're like syncing up shots. Hey, I've got these 3 guys. As soon as I shoot on my signal, we're all gonna like. Oh, such a good game.
Yeah, even Wildlands. Wildlands was a lot of fun. I didn't get much into the next one. Was it Breakpoint? I think it was called.
Yes.
The original well, not the original, but the Wildlands was amazing. I had 2 others, and we played through the whole story with that. And they were snipers, and I would run in with the assault rifle.
Yeah.
And it was such an amazing experience, and you don't get that by yourself. You don't get like, playing these games solo. It's okay, but it's when you really start introducing these other people and friends, and the amount of people that I've met just randomly joining squads and becoming mates was that was such a huge part of gaming for me. And then it all kind of just disappeared for a while. We didn't get co-op. Everything was all about multiplayer versus or single player story.
Yeah. And you look at EA, and it's like, honestly, this is another topic I've had in the backlog of podcast conversations I would love to have, is like, when is the industry going to fucking learn? Just because Dead Space 3 didn't sell well does not mean that co-op was the issue. It does not mean that everything about this game was the issue. A lot of that issue was Dead Space kind of lost its DNA in that game. I mean, it was a lot of fun. But it went more the action adventure route, and that is not what the franchise was about. So it's like, no, co-op wasn't the issue, but a co-op situation could pop off in Dead Space for sure. You could still okay, just off the top of my brain, you got one guy on this side of the ship, this guy on that side of the ship, and you're trying to meet up and interconnect, and I've got to activate this thing and survive so that this guy can get through this trap door. So I mean, just off the top of my head, that would be very horrific co-op experience. But what that provided was very open world-esque, bright, snowy, not exactly an environment that I felt uncomfortable in. I need to feel uncomfortable. No. So anyways, with also I want to bring up what Steve's talking about in the chat, because he was saying what are multiplayer party games, or would that not be considered co-op, or wouldn't co-op be purely campaign based? So maybe this is a subjective thing when I say this, but when I say co-op, I just mean my opinion of co-op has always been that anything where you are playing with a friend, it's you guys against AI. It is you guys against. Oh, hey, we got Candy here. What up, guys?
Yo, Candy.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it's a freaking Twitch raid. Let's go. That's awesome. Hey, nice to have you all. But yeah. So what do you think? I'll go ahead and move to my next question, because I lost my train of thought.
Just to kind of add on to what you're saying, for me, co-op is working together against something.
Yes.
So, in saying that, Call of Duty could be considered co-op because you're working together against another team.
I would consider DMZ
I almost see as exactly. So I see co-op as you are fighting against like I guess AI, like you said, as opposed to like real players.
Yeah.
So DMZ, for instance, was that co-op, but also versus.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's because I don't think. Well, yeah, I guess with DMZ, you that was more of a PvPvE experience because because I think you could kill other people, but in this next Call of Duty, it's going to be
Absolutely could.
PvPvP. If you run into other teams, you can't kill them. They're just there to like help you, almost like Diablo 4, which when I did an article about it for the website, I compared it to Diablo 4 because that's what it sounds like. It sounds like there's these open world activities where like you can run into another team and work together as a team of 8 people to take down this boss. Candy's asking what the consensus is. We haven't gotten there. We haven't gotten there yet. But yeah, I kind of have a feeling me and Fraser are going to come to that same conclusion, though. So, yeah, where does co-op split screen games land? Like where does that land for you in your list of priorities when you are looking at a game and you're trying to decide the pros and the cons? Is it worth the full $70, $80 to you? Where does split screen land on the list of priorities for you?
So that is purely like title based, I think. So for instance, like I mentioned, Monique and I have played almost all Call of Duty Zombies from Black Ops 4 all the way through.
Mm-hmm.
We live in this, obviously we live in the same house. We would sit on the couch together. We used to, sometimes, this is cute as fuck. What we would do is we would pull the lounge apart and make a fort, a couch fort around the television and fucking play zombies. And that, like, I've just got so many amazing memories of playing Call of Duty Zombies. Now, can't remember what one it was, but all of a sudden, for no particular reason at all, split screen zombies was removed from the game. And all of a sudden, Monique and my time that we would play together diminished.
Yeah.
Because we do have 2 consoles. Like, I've got one in here and we've got an Xbox out in the lounge, but it's not the same.
Yeah.
It's not the same. Because even though it was co-op, we would play competitively. Mm-hmm. She would get upset when I was killing too much. And I've just got such amazing memories of it.
Yeah.
And now it's gone.
Yeah.
And so I don't often require couch co-op or split screen now. I think maybe if kids were in the equation or if Mod was like a full on gamer, then maybe. But I don't. It's not a necessity for me anymore.
Yeah, I'm with you on that in the fact of like it's never been a necessity, but whenever I see a game that I'm interested in and it has that split screen ability, I am immediately a lot more sold on it than I was. I wouldn't say it's the thing that gets me to drop the credit card number, but it is the thing that's like I could really use a lot more party games. I could really use a lot more games that it's like when I've got people over, family members over, and they're staying all night, we stay up late playing Diablo 4. That's a great like one-person screen game to go split screen on. Shout out to Hypercharge Unboxed. That's a split screen game. So games like that.
Mortal Kombat.
Oh, dude.
Can you imagine if Mortal Kombat was not split screen?
Dude,
what the hell?
Yes, yeah. So honestly, when it comes to games like Mortal Kombat, there is always going to be Injustice 2 installed on my console, period. Or whatever latest Mortal Kombat game is out, installed on my consoles at all times for when people come over so I can kick their asses. Listen, I'm good, but I'm not good. You know what I mean? Like, I've got the experience to kick the people I know's ass, but I don't have the experience to hold up online.
No, absolutely not. Absolutely not. Yeah.
Do you...
So yeah, to answer your question, split screen is not a necessity, but I do miss it on certain things.
Yeah. Yeah, well, and that's Matt's bringing up. It's kind of funny that split screen games are more uncommon than they've ever been in an era when we tend to have bigger screens than ever. Which, yeah, no, you're right, and especially considering the kind of technology we have. Like, I know I already said Diablo, but let's look at Diablo. That is an incredibly looking game. A lot is happening on screen. Add 2 players on the exact... Nathan is a spammer, Steve says. I am not a spammer. Okay, listen, I will say I have been known to throw the occasional uppercut combos where you just up Y, up Y. I've done that a couple times. But back in the day, they don't like to do that
a Honda 100 slap move. I used to just do that.
Yep. But yeah, I mean the technology's there for it, but it's almost like there's not the realization that people do have a hunger for it. It's not I don't think it's ever been gone. And that actually fits really perfectly into our next question. Does split screen have a place in the year 2025?
I think it always has a place. I think it always has a place. I almost think it's the opposite now, where I'm running into games that are split screen, couch co-op, that are not online.
Yeah.
What's like I don't understand that side of things. You know, like these those kind of like Castle Crashers style, the 2D beat 'em ups, where they're four player. There's 4 players on screen, like the Ninja Turtles. So let's like say Ninja Turtles, for instance, like that style of game. I've come across so many recently that are local co-op only. I'm sorry, but I don't have 3 friends to come over to my house and play local player co-op.
Yeah.
It's not going to happen. Every now and again, our friend might come over. Like one of Mon's friends come over and the boyfriend or the husband comes with it. We might play some Mortal Kombat.
Yeah.
That's as far as my local co-op goes.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, my main co-op buddy, he lives in Australia, so, you know, I can relate.
Yeah.
Which, speaking of which,
absolutely.
To rewind the tape a little bit, Army of Two, the most Nathan and Fraser ass game there is, okay?
We gotta get on it, dude.
I would absolutely
I've
love to go back to those games.
I've got... Fuck, what one do I have? I think I've got the 40th Day.
The 40th Day, I believe, was the second one. And then the Devil's Cartel was the third one. And that didn't even center around the same first 2 people, I don't think. If I recall
I've only got the 40th Day. I've got it on the 360.
Okay.
So
I've got
should be able to bust that out. That should be a bit of fun.
I got some achievements from that game that can no longer be achieved.
Oh, you dirty dog.
I feel so special.
Yeah. That's going to be me soon when Anthem goes offline.
Yeah.
I'm going to be
That's true.
I'm going to be one of the only people that have got the 100%.
I forgot about that. So, now that we've kind of shifted through all of my questions here that I've round up, let's get back to like that main question. Do you feel like the industry is kind of coming to the realization that there has always been a hunger for this and that maybe co-op is here and it's here to stick? Or is it just are we gonna see this like sudden like bump in all these co-op games and then it dies back down again and we move on to the next fucking extraction shooter bullshit?
Yeah. I hope it's here to stay. The most fun I have in gaming now is with other people. The most fun, like that night that we all sat down and played Resident Evil Operation Raccoon City. Like that was so much fun.
Mhm.
Playing Helldivers is so much fun. Those couple of times that I got together to play Alien Fireteam, so much fun. The most the most fun I've had in Call of Duty in as long as I can remember has been the DMZ. Like it just is. It we need more of it, but
Mhm.
it needs to be done properly. And I think there's a lot of games that have tried it but didn't try it enough and have just like, oh, it didn't work. Let's move on.
Yeah.
Assassin's Creed. That little half an hour that we spent that other night playing Unity was so much fun.
Yeah.
Assassin's Creed is designed to be multiplayer. It's designed to be co-op.
Yep.
The whole game doesn't need to be co-op, but it needs to have some co-op stuff in it.
Yep.
I think that a lot a lot of single player games will like can have that co-op, but I think when a game like forces multiplayer that doesn't need multiplayer, like okay, here's one for you. Tomb Raider.
Yeah.
Have you played the co-op Tomb Raider stuff?
Uh, Honestly, until you said it, I forgot it even had co-op, and I'm pretty sure it had multiplayer.
It did. So the multiplayer was garbage,
Mm-hmm.
but the
Yeah.
co-op was so much
Yep.
fun. Again, I jumped on with a mate, and we spent hours laughing and having a great time playing Tomb Raider.
Mm-hmm.
Like it just like this whole thing about gaming bringing people together.
Yep.
Like you have to be together to be brought together.
Yep.
Like I don't
Yeah.
know.
I kind of feel like that's the message that's coming along with Helldivers 2, and it's kind of made that message a lot more mainstream. No matter how cheesy it sounds, it is very true. For those of you who haven't heard my story as far as like why I'm so passionate about video games, it comes from a place of I grew up bullied a lot, and the specific relationships I had with these bullies drifted away over our shared love of video games. And so, when I say that like it brings people together, I mean that from my heart and personal experiences. Um,
Mm. Yeah.
so that's the thing is like I kind of like the fact that Helldivers 2, I think this is my opinion. I do think that
Mm-hmm.
Helldivers 2, we've been sitting here all night talking about our shared love of co-op games and how far back our memories go and specific times that we had with these games. We're bringing up 360 era games. We brought up Unity, Resident Evil, like all these amazing games that have stuck with us over all these years. And I think it's taken a game like Helldivers 2 to make the big suits realize like, oh, okay, this is something people want, this is something people are hungry
Yeah.
for. We just
Yeah.
haven't been doing it right. And
That's
maybe
right.
that's why
Yeah.
we're seeing things, because like when I hear about all the details of the new Call of Duty campaign, I get very stoked. I you know
Yeah.
when it comes to Diablo, I Megan hopped in with me on that. We did play that together. It was a lot of fun. And
Mm-hmm.
yeah, and so I really do think that co-op's always been around. I
Yeah.
think that it's going to be more popular than it ever has been.
Yeah.
And I don't think it's necessarily, I don't think it's going to be a fad. I think that we're going to now have a new, stronger, sturdier category for co-op games moving forward. It's not going to
I
be
hope
so
so.
much of like, we're having a hard time finding a game to play together at home, or we're having a hard time finding a game that's split screen. I think it is going to be like, no, these games are more in abundance. It is more of a pick and choose. We all summer, I feel like the theme for me and you has been, options, 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 options. And
Yeah.
now that people are aware, developers are aware like how big of a thing co-op is to have in a game. Like
Yeah.
this is going to be more of an option for us when we go to click the purchase button. Like you're going to see the split screen capabilities, and you're going to see all these things. Got Matt in the chat saying you guys got to check out the demo for Absalom. Absalom.
I'll throw it on
It's
the
a
list.
side-scrolling beat 'em up roguelike with Haiti vibes. That's 2-player co-op. Saw the trailer during Gamescom, blew me away. I might have seen
this has come across
your
this
desk.
has definitely come across my desk. Yeah. It has. It has. I don't know where, but I've I've heard someone talking about it, or I've seen something on it. But it looks you're right, Matt. It does look so cool. And co-op, it absolutely doubles my excitement as well.
Yeah.
I'm just like when you said I want to talk about co-op games, I instantly my mind just started to travel back.
Yeah.
Back and back and back. And I was thinking the best gaming periods of my life have been with other people, playing anything and everything.
Yep.
So Left 4 Dead was another one that was huge in our circle of friends. We had I was at uni, there was a console in the lounge, and you would just go in, and it was almost a revolving door of people.
Yeah.
Like you'd just be playing, and you'd put the controller down, and someone else would pick it up, and you could just keep going. I'm just thinking some of the biggest time sinks that I've done: Warframe co-op.
Oh yeah.
Destiny co-op. Destiny 2 co-op. Division co-op. Borderlands co-op. Like if I'm looking back onto the games that I've spent the most time on, they've all been co-op games. And I think that's what keeps bringing me back. Because like story games and stuff, sure, I love them. I'll play through them. I often will not return. Maybe years later. But it's got to be something pretty special for me to play through it again. Like some of my favorite games I've only ever played through once.
Yeah.
Just because I think that's just the way that I do it. Another one, Too Human. I put so many hours into that back in the 360. I used to work in a joinery factory, and the other guy that worked in the joinery factory, we just bonded over games.
Yeah.
And we both played Borderlands 1, and we both played Too Human for hours and hours, and almost to the fact where we got 2 TVs and put them in the break room of the joinery factory, and we'd bring our Xboxes to work so we could play on our lunch break. Yeah. It was so much fun.
Matt was also saying co-op doubles his excitement for the games, and
Same.
100%. I'm sitting here thinking about the games that I'm most excited about for the remainder of this year. I'm very excited for Ghost of Yotei. I'm very excited for Battlefield 6. I've got Metal Gear coming in the mail right now. I think I'm the most excited for Borderlands 4. And the primary reason for that is because of the Gamer Social Club, and it's because of all my friends that I have here, and knowing that I'm always going to have somebody to play with when I hop on, and that it's going to be a shared experience. And even when it comes to single player games like Elden Ring, I know I talk about this a lot, but Elden Ring was just such a special time because yes, it was a single player game, but it felt like we as a gaming community experienced it together, and that was just such a cool, unique thing. And I'll thank you for sharing all about that, about what you've been thinking about and all your gaming memories, because you're sitting here listing off all these games, and I'm sure you probably noticed I was my my mind drifted away because you were bringing back a lot of memories for me, and core memories that I have that involve games like Borderlands 1. And I tried Borderlands 1, I didn't like it. Then I played it with my closest friend, and now it's one of my favorite games. And man, yeah, you're right. Some of the best times I've had in gaming, period, has been with a friend doing co-op.
Another massive one was those Spec Ops from Modern Warfare 2.
Yeah.
A friend and I on the 360, we sat down and we did it. We did all of them on veteran, and we popped that 1000G, and it was like great. We just beat Call of Duty, like, and it's just so amazing, so amazingly fun,
man.
And I'm so excited for all of these games that are coming out that are co-op. Yeah. You mentioned Metal Gear Solid, dude. Metal Gear Solid Survival or whatever the fuck it was called. Again, stupid game.
Yeah.
But I played it with some friends and we had so much fun.
Yep.
Like, supposedly the worst Metal Gear Solid, possibly the most fun I've had with Metal Gear Solid. Like,
oh, dude.
In fact, I would love to jump back into that with some people one day. I think I've got it floating around somewhere.
I'm pretty sure they gave it away for free everywhere at some point. I'm sure I do.
Play our game. Play our game. Just everyone play it.
Oh, dude.
Yeah.
I'm like legit getting misty-eyed because you bring up Spec Ops, and like I think me and you had somewhat similar experiences with like our parents kind of not having fond opinions of gaming, and you'll rot your eyeballs out and all that stuff. But when it came to Call of Duty, like my dad would sit down and play those Spec Ops missions with me, and I just remember like just feeling so cool. Very accepted. And that was like a really cool bonding moment with my dad. But yeah, I forgot about that. Oh, cool. So
yeah. We'll have to sit down and do the new Modern Warfare 2 Spec Ops stuff. Because I still haven't done it.
I've got it downloaded. I've got it ready to go.
Yeah.
I'm really excited to get into that. My just side note between me and you, just pretending like people aren't watching us right now. My job has like been working me from like morning till night lately. Next week I'm gonna be all done with that bullshit, and then the following week I'm back to having a little more time on my hands. So praying, hoping to God that I'll actually have some time to like dive into this shit with you. Dive.
That'd be amazing. Oh, sorry. One last thing.
Yes, go
Fucking
for it.
Farming Simulators co-op.
Is it really?
Yeah. Yeah. So I can be driving my tractor, and my friend I can be driving the harvester, and my friend's beside me with the truck, and it's so much fun. Again.
You drive the truck, I'll sit on the back and I'll throw seeds out there while we're
right. Like, give me more co-op. I don't care. Just give it all to me. Steve and I won that copy of Lords of the Fallen.
Yeah. Oh yeah. And where the fuck is it?
So it's being made. Essentially, they're just waiting on logistical stuff. Last time I spoke to them.
Okay.
Yeah.
Little do they know you have access to a journalistic website. So if this proves to be bullshit, you've got an outlet. You're gonna tell the whole world.
Right? No, but like I have been in constant, not constant contact, but whenever I've messaged for an update, they've replied very quickly, and they offered me a digital code for it.
Oh, hey, that's cool.
To keep me going while I'm waiting for it. So that's cool.
That is cool. Honestly, dude, I love those developers though. Like I'm joking, of course, but like I love those developers. Did you see that they recently dropped the price of Lords of the Fallen for like I think it's like now $20, $30 digitally, and they like made a whole statement about like digital games should devalue like they do physically. Like it's unfair to the consumer, and that's something. I had a friend who switched over to digital only, and she went with me to GameStop one time, and she freaked out over Kingdoms of Amalur. I'm talking like 3 or 4 years ago. She freaked out over Kingdoms of Amalur because she's like, "Oh my gosh, it's only $15 here for Xbox." I was like, yeah, that doesn't sound crazy to me.
Yep.
But to her, it was
Yep.
like, oh yeah, no, it's like still $60 if you want to buy it digital. I'm like, that's crazy to me. So shout out to the developers of Lords of the Fallen, because
I agree.
it's sick that they do that.
Dude, I'm so excited for number 2. The most metal fucking game you can ever, like, when we saw that first trailer and the theme song was Behemoth, and I was just like, this is...
Looks amazing. I'm actually really psyched to get into that one. Talk about another co-op game that I'm pumped to get into. Okay, well, with that, do not go anywhere, folks. We are going to stream some Helldivers 2. Since we got people here, I'm not going to end the stream. I was going to end it and then go in, so I think I'm just going to leave it here.
Keep going.
Just keep going, and so you guys will definitely see a little bit of behind-the-scenes OBS action.
But as we try and figure out what the fuck is going on.
Yeah, exactly.
I wanted to stream as well, and I couldn't get my audio on both Nathan's and mine, and it's just a huge rigmarole.
That's
so
why
I'm not gonna stream.
That's why we hopped on like 5-10 minutes after 8. So yeah, Fraser, do you want to go? Oh
yeah.
Before we leave, as far as GSC plugins go, which I should have done at the top of the show, I forgot. Make sure to tune in on Monday for the Girl Pod. So everybody from the raid. Yes, Candy hosts a podcast on Monday. Thank you so much, Matt, for joining us. We really enjoyed having you.
Yeah, man. Thanks, mate.
Yes, check out the Girl Pod on Monday. That's going to be a great show. And then also, the news podcast is still coming. It recorded a day late this week, so you can expect the news podcast tomorrow. So check that out on Spotify or wherever you get podcasts. And then, yeah, we will be back at it again next week. We haven't landed on a topic. I know we're going to get into Assassin's Creed Origins. I think we might end up doing that Tuesday. Like recording it and posting it later. So that's something we still got to figure out the details of.
I'm not sure I'm going to be ready for Tuesday. It's turning into quite a thing.
So we'll make sure to keep you guys updated. Origins is going to be a behemoth. So
definitely.
Fraser, where can the people find you?
Yes. Oh, my friend, the people can find me at FBomb Gaming. So that's FBomb with an E. FBOMBE Gaming. I'm on Twitter. I'm on YouTube. I play lots of weird little indie horror games on my YouTube. I'm currently playing something called AAU. It is a first-person psychological horror, and it's got like it's very realistic in the fact where you've got a gun and you can only hold so many magazines. If you reload your gun without finishing the magazine, you lose that ammo. There's no HUD, there's no health, there's no ammo count. I've got no fucking idea what's going on, and it's terrifying, and I'm having loads of fun. So make sure you come and check that out. I've stopped streaming this year because I had some stupid health things. I'm really going to try and start that up again. So yeah,
that's
just gonna have some fun, play some games.
Gonna
try and play some co-op games with the boys.
Yeah,
boys. That's boys and girls. Yeah,
that would be amazing, because I mean, eventually, the way I would like to have this up was we're about ready to stream Helldivers 2. I would love it if I was able to just like, hey, here's Candy streaming, and here's Fraser streaming on his channel, and here's me streaming on my channel, and it's all in one place, and you switching back and forth between these streams, so you can like see the Gamer Social Club. Like, this is a place of like community versus like, hey, just one person streaming, and then there's also like community in the chat. So yeah, that's definitely, it's a work in progress, but we'll get there. As far as where you can find me, I am One Hot Dragon everywhere. You can feel free to add me on PlayStation, Xbox, Steam. If you see me online, I'm down to play with you, man. And then
say hi.
Say hi. I was nice and surprised when I was playing rematch and Marcus, the Husky Hokage, joined my match, and I was like, that sounds like Marcus.
Cool.
And I was like, wait, that is Marcus.
Marcus.
I love it. I love it. So, and right now, where you can find me is the Gamer Social Club Discord chat. Right now, that's all I'm at. I have been working on a YouTube channel all summer long, just kind of here and there. As to when I actually get it out there, I want to actually have an idea of like how much time I'm going to be putting into this on a weekly basis and what kind of content am I going to be covering. I've already got stuff recorded. I've actually got like all these reels, and I've got different stuff I still got to like edit together. So I'm very excited for it when it actually comes out. But yeah, as to what exactly I want it to look like is kind of still what I'm working on. But anyways,
okay, cool.
Thank you so much again, everybody, for joining us. Don't forget, don't go anywhere. We're going to stream some Helldivers 2, folks. So until next week, peace.
Peace out. Who's coming?